We have about 5 minutes to educate you on how to correctly set up a green screen before a client comes into the studio. The aim is that you create a green background that you can digitally remove using your editing software, Final Cut Pro, After Effects, Premiere, whatever flavor you may decide to use. And you're going to use what's called a keyer to click on the green and make it disappear. Now, the thing that a lot of people do, which is a mistake, is they focus so much on lighting the subject like I'm lit here now and assume that the same two lights are going to be effective on the background, which is a mistake. The reason being is, can you see that I'm casting a shadow on the background? What you need is you need a nice clean green all the way across the frame from one side to the other so that you can click and remove it. This is fine, okay? But the problem is that now I'm doing Simeon gestures. I'm creating a problem for myself because I don't have a consistent level of light or green across my backdrop. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that you light your background separately, okay? So it's going to go dark for a second. I'm going to light the background. Okay. Okay. Now, what we have here is we've got an even green all the way across the background. I'm using Kino Flow strips on the left and on the right. Most lighting will do, as long as you've got good power of light, and ideally what you want to do is you want to make sure that the light color is the same on both sides, okay? Same white and the same white. But what you need to do now is you need to make sure that you have done it evenly across. So that's not so good. That's nice, okay? Now light the subject, which for the moment is going to be me. Okay. I'm lit and the background is still beautifully clean. I'm going to go for quite a clean studio look that might be more suited to the news. So I've got one light here and I'm going to add another light on the other side. For the shoot that we're doing today, this is perfect, okay? It's great. What you should think about creatively though is when you do this removal of the background, where is your subject going to appear? If they were going to be in the middle of a desert in a beautiful noon sun, you have to think about where the light is coming from. So if it was noon sun, it would be up here, just afternoon. Okay, so maybe I would add a light coming in this direction so that when you add me into the background, it's the same, it matches. So know what you are going to be superimposing your subject onto. Right? For me here, I'm going to go for a news at 10 setup, and this would work very, very nicely. The background is clean and even. I am not casting a shadow onto my background because the background is lit separately. Background lit, and now I am lit. Just to make this even better, what I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm very, very defined around the edges. To help me out, I'm going to turn on 2 backlights. Voila! And here. I want to make sure that my backlights are not casting either a shadow on my background, and I also want to make sure that they're not creating a hot spot, i.e. this area of green coming close to this light is brighter than the middle. I need to make sure that the green across my shot is nice and even. At the moment, the shot that I have is from top to bottom. It's a wide shot, okay? So I could cut this area out and place it into a different environment. Remember, you may be just doing a shot that's this big. So you just need to make sure that the background in your smaller window area is nice and green. Definitely easier to do it on a close shot than it is to do it on a wide. These were my few tips for shooting correctly on a green screen. I hope you found them helpful. I'm almost out of time, but would you please leave some comments in the comment boxes below here on YouTube. If you like, if you dislike, but tell me why. And I'd love your suggestions, please, on future subjects to discuss. I'm out of breath. Subscribe.